When mastering a hero, there's a lot of tiny details that you gotta perfect to become the best in every situation. Overwatch League is where you're gonna find the best Widow play in the world, so today I've picked apart 5 montage moments from OWL, showing you all of those high tier tricks to make you become better than the best on Widowmaker. Maybe. My name is Nate, and welcome to Blizzard Guides. This is going to be a test of a series that I want to start where I take moments from OWL contender streams or your VODs, showing you where everything went right or wrong. I'll show you some pretty advanced techniques that are definitely niche, but that genuinely do make you go from a relatively low tier Widow to a much higher tier Widow. Also, before we get into this, I want to shout out a channel that we just launched called Battle Royale Guides, where I'm going to be covering Apex Legends content. We're giving away $100 worth of Apex coins, so go get subscribed to that channel, and the link's down in the description down below. But anyway, let's get into this video. At number 5, Carpe's prediction shot onto Birdring of the London Spitfire.
Biggest question is, how are the supports going to get there? Nuss is going to have to dive with them if they so choose, because Madochin is on a Lucio of all things.
Oh, what a shot!
So this is a pretty cool play. There's actually a lot to learn here. First off, let's just start with the awesome part of the play. A little known fact when dueling tracers that I like to use is the fact that it takes Widow the same amount of time to charge and shoot 2 shots as it does Tracer to recall, which means that if you fire 2 shots, when the Tracer recalls, the Tracer will be roughly where you shot at first. Carpe knows this, and if you look carefully, he's already aiming at Birdring before the recall is even over. You're gonna duel a lot of Tracers when you're on Widow, so if you keep track of where you were shooting, trace back 2 shots ago when a Tracer recalls, you'll be definitely very good to go. Also, another thing to notice is that Carpe doesn't take the shot until Tracer crouches. Tracers will almost always crouch when they have cover in front of them or when they're dodging shots, so by aiming where the Tracer will crouch, he'll be able to land the shot instead of missing when trying to land a shot on Birdring's head if Carpe shoots as Birdring initiates the crouch. Also, another one quick thing to note is that Carpe doesn't have a healer when he starts dueling the Tracer, but by the end of the clip, he has an orb and a Mercy beam. Now, I'm pretty sure that this is because the OWL supports have near perfect awareness, but if you find yourself in a situation like Carpe's, asking for healing before you take damage is definitely very wise, especially if you're in a matchmaking game. Don't ask for heals milliseconds before your death, but have them before you're actually taking damage where you're taking a duel like this at a technical disadvantage. So moving on to number 4, AKM's just beautiful 3k against Soul Dynasty.
Orisa shield broken. Dialysis is still relatively durable. Fish has to... Oh, Jackson! Oh, no. That's the pick! That's the golden shot! And he's got another one! AKM is back! 3 kills with the Widowmaker! And the Dallas Fuel have found the key! And they have split Soul Dynasty in half!
Let's unpack this kill by kill. The first kill is just a total misplay by Jesse in my opinion. However, that doesn't mean that AKM didn't pull a strat that most good Widows are well aware of. When Mercy jumps, unlike some supports with Ana or Lucio, she has a relatively linear movement with her head. This means that the head will move at the same speed until she lands, and AKM knows this, so he doesn't take the shot until he knows that he can land it because he can predict exactly where her head is at any time. If this were an Ana or Lucio, he probably could have pulled the shot off either way, but he would have had to pop the shot right as the Ana or Lucio hit the top of their jump, not as they began their descent like he did with Mercy. For the second shot, notice how AKM keeps his crosshair relatively still instead of trying to track the strafe. When you're aiming at somebody AD spamming, meaning somebody that's moving left, right, left, right, left, right, don't try and track them. Just shoot whenever they meet your crosshair again, which is exactly what AKM does to land the shot. And for that last kill, AKM can see Munchkin with that sonic arrow and notices that Munchkin was not scoped in. As Widow, you can train yourself to know when the Widows are scoping in by the walk speed of the enemy Widow, and if you look carefully, Munchkin was slowing down, meaning that he was only just scoping in, which allows AKM to peek freely and take the shot, since a Widow of his caliber just won't miss that first shot. At number 3, Diem's fancy footing against the Hangso Spark. And also, sorry if I mispronounced that, I'm bad with names.
Diem looking again for more shots. A little bit exposed there, but got some escape options. Wait for the walls to come up. Goes all the way across. Gets out pretty easily. Rhea down, nearly demeched here. Does get demeched, in fact. Diem finds that one. He's got the ultimate as well. Shanghai Dragons defending as well as they can. EMP comes in. There's another shot on Nabazi from Diem.
lighten him up. Kakery a little bit low. She's got that minefield if they need to hold out longer.
Now, there's not much highlight montage ability here, but there definitely is a few really cool things that he does here. First, notice how he's separated from his team in the beginning of the clip. He knows that it is in Spark's best interest to jump him with either of their dive tanks, so he plays far from his team and in a spot where he has sight lines to the enemy should they push his teammates. If his teammates get pushed, he is free to rain damage on the enemy, and if he does get pushed, he keeps his hook on cooldown and waits for the enemy dive to initiate before he uses his hook. This mind game is essential to good Widow play. Hook will almost always be your only escape option other than jumping off high ground, which is, by honest, not a very good escape option. Also, I'm fairly certain that this was coordinated by the Dragons, but the EMP goes right out as Spark's dive tanks get their jump cooldowns back, which leads me to believe that this positioning swap from Diem was planned. If Dragons can farm EMP in one fight, then they have the opportunity to allow Diem to play separate, swap up sides, and then play their free with the help of Hack. This obviously isn't going to happen in your matchmaking games, but it is still really cool to know because I found it very interesting. But basically, you just want to keep your hook cooldown for whenever you're against a dive team or something that has mobility that can jump you. Hook is always your escape option in these scenarios. At number 2, this is an older play from Season 1, which probably could have been any Widow duel clip in all honesty, but this one's particularly interesting for a few reasons.
Or even Linkzr are a little bit out of sync in those infra sights. Straight to the sky, wings out, and Carpe delivers the killing blow. Linkzr hastily brought back to life, but I reckon Carpe there might have been psychological damage. He's also been able to inflict on his opponent. Coolmat, the next one down.
When you're dueling somebody on Widow, if you go for a risky jump shot like this, where your movement is extremely predictable, after you pop your shot, you almost always want to look down and sometimes even turn around 180 degrees. What this does is hide your head hitbox and prevents you from getting one shot, and instead leaves you with 80 HP. Obviously, Carpe doesn't need to do this because he does get the kill, but I chose this clip because he does it even if he gets the kill. My point being, you have to pull this move as a habit and not as a reaction, because Widowmaker is obviously hit scan, so you don't have the time to react to a hit scan shot. But when you do learn to regularly use it, you likely won't die when going for jump shots, so even if it does only save your life once in a fight, one extra man and one extra fight is sometimes the difference between a win and a loss in a game. And finally, last but not least at number 1, Linkzr's just crazy insane 4K against the Toronto Defiant.
When he comes in for those EMPs. Linkzr, however, going to find the first kill, and B going to be taken down now. Roki! We saw this from him at the World Cup in Incheon. This man is out of control. Gets another shot there on the aid. Under a little bit of fire. Oh, he gets him! Mid-sleep dart. He didn't even hit the ground yet. Nope.
Now, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, this gameplay is just mostly strong gameplay from Linkzr, but there are still a few things that you can learn from this clip. First off, his shot on Sombra. I can't help but feel that there was some sort of mind game here, where he backs up and lets Envy think that he's going to retreat further back, but then he turns around and pops a shot at not even full charge. This causes Envy to overextend, gets Envy killed faster than Envy would expect, and it also causes Yakpung on Hammond to back up, which opens up a sightline for Linkzr. Also, which I should mention, Widowmaker will kill a 200 HP target at only 63% charge, so if you can quick scope like this, by all means do it, but to be honest with you, this works best on Sombra or Tracer because those heroes will blink away and try and get away quickly, so half charging it like this allows you the time to just get the shot in before they blink or translocate out. The shot onto Roki I thought was just luck, but slowing the clip down you can actually tell it was totally intentional. This is just being a god at Widow and nothing else, so maybe if you want to pull this play off, just get good, but otherwise I'm just pretty impressed by this play. There's not much else to say. Next up, he drops to the low ground and puts pressure onto the supports. Now I can guarantee you his team was calling to put pressure onto Brig or Zen, so having good game sense and paying attention to the callouts is always important. Because even though I'm sure that his team didn't need it, Linkzr still played with this team as a cohesive unit. And for that last kill, again, that's just Linkzr having insane aim and reaction time and just nothing less. Maybe it was luck, but it was almost definitely him just being hyper aware of his surroundings and the actions of not only his enemy, but his teammates as well. But anyway, that's been it for today. Let me know what you thought about this video and if you want to see more videos like this. If I get good reactions in the comments down below or the views do well, I'll start accepting VODs and we'll do stuff like this where we look for fails or wins in your gameplay and in the pros gameplay. I don't have a name for this series yet, so put your ideas in the comments down below, and if I use your name, I'll give you a shout out and maybe I'll give you a cool temporary role in the Discord if you're into that as well. Also, don't forget about our new Battle Royale Guides channel and the $100 Apex Coin giveaway. Definitely get subscribed to that channel if you're interested interested in that. We also have an Instagram, Twitter, and Discord for Blizzard Guides if you guys want to join the community, and if you guys want to see more content just like this, don't forget to get subscribed and notified so that you never miss an upload. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Have a nice day. My name is Nate, and this was Blizzard Guides.